All right, what is going on, man? I have been out for a little while, just doing a whole bunch of other things that I got going on in my life that is all about business. So I've been out for about a week. All right, so there's so much to talk about coming up because it's crazy when you're out in the field, just talking to people all the time, and from both sides, males and females, and getting feedback. And so, what I've been getting a lot recently here in 2021 is females asking me what is up with the men coming into the new year. I'm getting a lot of females saying these men are becoming too soft, they are becoming too feminized, too much like the women. Women feel like they're getting more involved in the male roles, and yeah, that's crazy. I'm getting that from a few people. So let's dive into some of that there. And that's true. I mean, you look at the movies and all that stuff. That's just been going on for quite some time. The rom coms, the romantic comedies, where the guy has to, he has to portray his love and all that stuff to the woman, and he's chasing her around and she doesn't want him, and he maybe goes out and does a bunch of things like works out, gets a job, and gets money and all this other stuff, and chase her down, and shows her that he's improved his life and all this stuff, and that he's persistent in pursuing her, and that's eventually gonna make her fall in love with him and stuff. But that's movies. That's what they want you to believe. That's what you pay to get. In real life, that doesn't fly for anybody. So if you've been growing up like that throughout your whole life watching these movies, don't think that's a reality. Even if you're watching reality shows, those are even scripted too, on who's going to get with who and all that stuff. None of that stuff is like really, really reality. Reality is really boring. But the reality show's got to make it exciting and got to have drama and stuff. So yeah, it's just it's a sad thing that that people buy into that, and they think that they got to do all this stuff to win a girl's heart over them. And the reality is that's just, you come off as stalkerish. You're gonna get on dating apps, you're gonna get blocked real fast. My whole thing is I usually just hit up a girl one time. If I've known the girl for a while, like I hung out with her, and then we decided to take another level, then it's like two times. But if I just met a person and they gave me their number, then I'll hit them up. It could be that night, the next day, or day later, whenever I get back to them. But when I do, and they don't respond, I usually give them like 24 hours, right? And if it's past 24 hours, then I just delete the number and move on. And usually, when you're out at a club, or some sort of venue that's it's a nighttime setting, you don't really want to get the number, because usually they're just not gonna reply back. So you try to make something happen that night. It's funny because I always see guys, they'll think they're getting somewhere because they're kissing up on a chick and then they get the number, and that doesn't mean anything. At the end of the day, the next day, the chick's gonna ghost you. She might respond a couple of times, but most of the guys' games are weak, and then she ends up ghosting because they're just morons. She deals with guys all the time, and she could tell the guys just don't really have anything going on other than that girl. Like I said, I move on, and I got other things going on all the time. So when I move on, it's their loss. It's not my loss. I'm always inviting someone to come into my world. I'm not looking. I can care less, honestly, what a chick has going on in her world. unless she's, like she's with me and we got something going on together, yeah, then sure. But other than that, if I don't know the girl, I can really care less what she's got going on in her world. I really can, because most of the times it's really nothing. It might be some work or something like that, but it's not, not everybody, like not every girl's an actress or a supermodel and all that stuff. So it's not really all glamorous, like she's just hanging out with a bunch of females, having pillow fights and stuff like that. That's just nonsense. That's movie stuff. The reality is they work all the time, and the reality is they should be looking for a suitable guy to help them grow. And if they're not, and they're these alpha chicks and they just want to work all the time, then they're really not going to be attracting a lot of guys, because a lot of guys aren't into girls that are into their jobs and working hard and trying to make a business for themselves and be this dominant figure and stuff like that. The men that do like that kind of stuff are beta males. They want the woman to lead, and even though the alpha woman might like that, at first she's not going to be the guy. That's not going to be her ideal guy. She's just going to be with that guy because she can run over him, and whatever she says, he's going to do. But eventually, she's not going to like that. Girls don't like to lead. They're not. That's not their characteristic. That's not their female nature. What they're supposed to be doing. They're usually supposed to be following the lead of a guy. Like a man builds a house, and the woman, she decorates it and she makes it the best. So it's not to minimize women and their roles in society and life, but that's just female nature. Female nature is for a woman to have long hair and be caring and stuff like that. When they start cutting their hair and getting all butchy and getting all into the male side of things, male figures, then they want to be in that, that dominant presence. And I think the ones that really, really do a good job at that are lesbians, and the male version, the male model of the version of the female in a lesbian relationship. That's the ones that make it work great, but they can only attract that female that's looking for that male in the female relationship, in that lesbian relationship. You ain't gonna find that in a regular guy relationship, like I said. And when they do find it, it's a beta male, and she's not gonna be really attracted to that guy. And if she says, oh yeah, well, I'm really attracted to this guy and it's really working out, she thinks that, but that guy doesn't think that. That guy, that's crazy, But you'll see guys that do that. They don't. Well, I gotta ask permission. If you fool one of your guy friends, hey, let's go out and let's go, whatever. Let's go bowling this weekend. Let's go hunting this weekend. Let's go do guy things. And they say, oh, I gotta check out the wife, or hey, let's go over here, go have a beer down this place. Well, let me check with the wife and make sure everything's okay. That's what I'm talking about. They can't, do anything without their approval and stuff. So that's what I'm saying, man. It's crazy. All these guys are becoming weak men, and women are noticing this stuff, and they're asking me, hey, what's up with the guys, out here? Why are they all becoming too much, like women these days? They don't want that. They want the masculine guys, the guys that they can, look up to and follow and protect them and stuff like that. This other stuff, man, what's going on out here with these guys just being too soft, I don't know, man. Hey, if that's what you want to do, then you be you, and you go be that beta dude, and you go do your thing with the family. No hate, man, but I'm saying all the other guys that are single, that are, looking for women, they don't need to be soft on these chicks, man. Be that hard dude, not gangster, but just be that hard dude that you've got, your shit together, and you're driven to what you want to accomplish in life, and whoever is looking to follow you, then that's the chick's gonna be down for you. That's the chicks that that they're really looking for. That's, you don't even have to be really an alpha male. It's just, determined, and you're not putting up no bullshit with anybody. You're not soft, especially to the woman that you desire and you crave. Yeah, sure, you can ask opinions. You're not just some stubborn, pissed off dude. You can still ask opinions, and you can still have your moments where you're with your chick and stuff and doing your thing. But you're the dominant figure in that whole role. And the thing, and we're talking about the beta male guys, they think that they're actually alpha guys, and they're not. They think they're the alpha and they're the leader in the society, and they're not. They think that, but the woman really knows what's really going on, and she knows that. When she's not with them, she's telling her friends that she runs the whole thing. And even if they might get away with saying stuff like that in public, when they go inside the doors and they close the doors, it's a different tale inside there, man. It's a very different tale. She's still running things. He can't talk back to her and all that stuff. You're not saying arguments and all that junk, but I'm just saying, she's running the household once the doors are closed. So yeah, man. Stop being soft. Get your stuff together in your life. Be motivated, determined. When you wake up, you shouldn't be thinking about chicks right when you wake up. You should be thinking about your life. What's going on, your agenda, what you got to do to get your day, make your money, and all that stuff. A woman is not going to fulfill your life to make it better. She's just an addition to the whole situation. Like if you want to create a family, or if you just want the bond of a female presence, But you got to vet these chicks, and you definitely got to have things going on within yourself before you get the right one. The last thing you want to do is you want to settle at the end of the day with something that you really don't want. Settling is going to be, that's bad, because you don't want to be with somebody that you feel that, you worked all this stuff up, to do, and then you're going to settle for some girl that's like a 3 or 4 in your book. That's for guys who just, who don't have no game, who don't get no results on dating apps. They're just tired of everything, and then they fall back like, man, I really just want any girl. And they settle for some chick that is crazy or overweight, or just something that they got issues with that they don't bring up to the girl. The problem is, I even had a friend just now that he was with a girl that he was not physically attracted to, but he had been spending so much time with her that he overlooked all that stuff, and then he fell in love with the girl because and he was always amazed. They broke up, but he was always amazed, like, on all the things that he hated about the girl that he overlooked. He always would be like, man, this girl's, her body was so messed up. Everything about her, man, was so messed up. And he was just like, man, but I really loved her, and it's just crazy. And, he's like, oh, no other guy's gonna like her like me, and all this other stuff. And it's like, who cares? He was all whipped up on the chick, man, and she saw it, and she ended up cheating on the guy. So yeah, whatever. That's a different story. But yeah, man, don't be soft with these chicks. They're looking for a strong dude in their life. Hopefully their dad was in their life and they were a good role model, and he was a good backbone to the whole family. Family trips or whatever, or holidays. He was the backbone, and they all were like, dad was the main thing. That's where you want to be. All right, man. So I'm back. Feels good to come back and get back and shout out and do some more game out here for you guys. So let's get it popping again. Let's make things click, and let's get you on the right track for 2021. All right, man. So anyways, this is Kayne Frost. I'm gonna be signing out. Until then, guys, rock on and peace.